Welcome everyone. In this video lecture, we will go for a high frequency hybrid pi model of BJT transistor. We will draw the hybrid pi model BJT transistor high frequency model. So before that, we will go for the low frequency small signal model that we are very aware with the low frequency small signal model of a BJT. So for this purpose, we are taking this NPN transistor. Okay, so I am making it NPN transistor. Okay, so I am making this NPN transistor. So this one is the base in, and this one is the collector in, and this one is our emitter in, and one can say this one is a N, P, and N. Okay, so as we go for the a small signal model that I already covered. So what we have to make the small, how to make the or draw the small signal model. Okay, so this one is say the base in. Okay, and for the timing I am saying this one is collector in, and this one is our emitter in. So in this case, we have a resistance here between the base emitter side, okay, termed as R pi, okay, and one current source, okay. So here is a current source that I am saying GMVPE, and one resistance R naught, and this one is also called the V pi, or we can say this voltage is nothing but simply our small v v e. Okay, so we are familiar with this term. So some important formula that I want to write for this small signal model: R pi equals to beta plus 1 RE, that we have to know. Okay, this one is beta times of RE, nearly equal. Okay, this transconductance is nothing but simply Gm equals to IC by Vt. Okay, R pi, the other formula, R pi equals to Bt by beta by Gm. I have already covered all these things in my earlier video lecture. So Re equals to alpha by Gm. We have to know all these formula because these are very important. So this is all about the small signal model of a simple BJT transistor. Okay, now we have to move for the hybrid pi model. So in the low frequency model, we are not looking for the capacitance, junction capacitance. In the low frequency model, what we are ignoring the junction capacitance. Capacitance. Okay, so basically what, in between the P and N there will be some capacitance. This P to N, base to collector, there will be some capacitance. So we are ignoring the capacitance. But in the high frequency model, in the high frequency model, in the high frequency model, high frequency model, we must have to include the, we must have to include junction capacitance, that I will cover, means what are the junction capacitances. Okay, so once again I want to repeat this thing. This one is for the small signal model, Okay, and these are the some important formula for RPI, RE, GM, and this RPI. Okay, but there is no capacitance term. Now for the high frequency model, for this high frequency model, we have to include the junction capacitance. That one is very important. So now for the NPN transistor, for the NPN transistor, this one is the low frequency model. So now we are looking for the high frequency model. So how to make the high frequency model? Okay, so that I am going to draw the high frequency model. Okay, so it is very similar to this one. Okay, so one can say this one is some base in, say this one is a collector in, and this one is our emitter in. Okay, so there must be some RPI resistance as that of a small signal. Okay, so make it that RPI resistance, and there is a capacitance. Okay, that is our C pi. So that I am making here, and in between this base and collector there is one more capacitance, that is our C mu. So we have to, and this one is as it is GM what, VBE, or we can write V pi, and one more resistance. So this in our output one. Okay, and this one is the finite output resistance, and here I am adding one extra resistance Rx, and this say B dash. Okay, or we can make this one as a B dash, or you just remove this one. Okay, okay, we have to remove this one. I am taking this one from the reference book Microelectronic Circuit. Okay, I am mentioning the book name also, Microelectronics Circuits by Sedra and Smith. Okay, so it is very important to know the book name also. So this one is the book. Okay, so I am highlighting this book also. Okay, for more detail you can go for this book also after reading this concept. So this one is the thing. So the important point that we have to note down, there is a C mu we have added in the high frequency model, and C pi to capacitance. So what are the capacitance name that we have to learn? Everything will be same as that of linear model. Oh, sorry, a small signal model for the low frequency, and we have added an extra resistance Rx. Okay, so what are the these parameters that we will learn in detail? So the first thing we can say, these are the BJT internal capacitance. Our C, okay, I have to take the pencil. Okay, so we can say the C pi and C mu be the internal, be the internal capacitance. Okay, capacitance. Okay, C pi and C mu be the internal capacitance. And one more point that I want to note down: any device or any active transistor. Okay, one can write any active transistors. Okay, that may be our BJT or MOSFETs. Or MOSFETs have charge storage property. Have charge storage property. Any active device have some charge storage property. So we can say BJT, either bipolar junction transistor or MOSFET, having the charge storage property. And due to this charge storage property, and due to this charge storage property, it it limits the speed of the device, the speed and frequency of operation of a device. Okay, that thing we have to know means C pi C mu is the two capacitance, internal capacitance between the base and emitter. So in the base and emitter junction, there is a capacitance which are C pi, and for the base and collector, in between the base and collector, there is a capacitance, that is our C mu. So that thing we will discuss in detail. Okay, in the base emitter CPU C pi and base collector C mu. Okay, so now next. Okay, so there is a first term I am telling, that C pi. Okay, so this C pi is the combination of, I am just writing the formula first: CDE plus CJE. So this C pi, the capacitance between the base and emitter, okay, is nothing but simply CDE plus CJE. Okay, where this CDE, I want to write the name of this CDE, is nothing but simply our diffusion capacitance. Diffusion capacitance, or we can write it base charging capacitance, or base charging capacitance. Okay, now the other one, we will go for the detail of this one also. The other one, that is our CJE, is our depletion layer capacitance. Depletion layer capacitance. Okay, this depletion layer capacitance, or sometimes it is called as base emitter junction capacitance. Base emitter junction capacitance. Base emitter junction capacitance. Okay, so now first we will discuss this term. What is base emitter? Sorry, first we have to go for the CDE. So base charging or diffusion capacitance. So this capacitance comes into picture when the transistor is in active or saturation mode. So we can write as when the transistor transistor is operating in the active or saturation region. Okay, when the device is operating in the active or saturation region, in which base emitter junction is forward bias and base collector junction is reverse bias, or both in the forward bias. Okay, for the active and saturation region case. Okay, so when the both the transistor in the operating in the active region or saturation region, there must be some minority charge carrier. There must be, so there must be some minority charge carriers. Okay, there must be some minority charge carriers will be present, will be present, or we can say the stored in the base region, in the base region. Okay, so there will be some minority charge carriers will be present in the base region. So the charge, the value of minority charge carrier stored in this base region, charge carrier, minority charge carrier stored in this base region is somehow say Qn. Okay, so that minority charge carrier stored in the base region is nothing but simply equals to W square by twice dn into IC. This one is the formula I am directly taking from the microelectronics book. So we can write this Qn, the magnetic charge carrier stored in the, okay, I am writing magnetic charge carrier. Okay, this Qn is the minority charge carriers stored in the base region. Okay, this Qn and this Dn. Okay, and this Dn is nothing but simply the electron diffusivity. Okay, electron diffusivity, electron diffusivity in the base region. Which region? Base region. Okay, for more detail you have to go for the semiconductor physics books for all details. And W, this W, okay, this W is nothing but simply the effective width of the base, of the base. Okay, effective width of the base, this W. Okay, so this one is a very important formula, we can say. The minority charge carrier stored in the base region is W square by 2dn into IC with the collector. Okay, and this expression can be also written as, okay, tau f. This equation can be written as tau f into IC. Okay, once again I am highlighting this one, otherwise there will be some. Okay, this one is tau f equals to IC. Okay, so once again there is some parameter came. Okay, so this tau f I am writing here, the term Okay, tau f pencil. This tau f is nothing but simply the device constant, device constant having unit second, having unit second. Okay, so what it signify? Okay, and this tau f is nothing but simply w square by twice times of Tn. So this tau f or device constant, or we can say the forward base transit time, or we can say the this one is our tau f is forward base transit time, because this one is a unit time, so it should be forward base transit time, which informs the average time. Okay, so I'm writing here which informs the average time that a charge carrier, that a charge carrier takes to cross the base region, cross the base region. Okay, that this one is also the same thing, tau f. Okay, forward base transit time is our tau f. Okay, so how much time it will take now? So we have already, the main thing is our this one, the base charging capacitance. Okay, sorry, this one we are talking about the base charging diffusion capacitance. So this one is the, directly we can say, once again I am writing the formula once again. This Qn equals to W square by twice times of Tn into Ic. That formula you have to remember. And this one is nothing but simply Q equals to It, current into time, current into time. So we are writing is a tau f into Ic, where this tau f is nothing but simply our device constant, or device constant or forward base transit time. Okay, forward base transit time. So this one is the important formula. Now we have the value of the charge, so we can write the capacitance. One can write the a small signal capacitance, a small signal capacitance, a small signal capacitance, that is our CDE. Okay, so this a small signal capacitance CDE is simply, we can write as CD equals to DQN by DVBE, because this one is the, we have to know the basic Q equals to CV. So C equals to DQN by DVE. We are looking for the base emitter voltage. So CDE equals to DQN by DVE. Okay. So this CDE can be written as D of Qn. Qn is nothing but simply our, we can write tau f into IC. Okay, instead of Qn, and it is DVE. Okay, so we can write tau f as a constant, so we can make it outside the differential. So tau f del IC by DVBE. Okay, so this CDE value is the a small signal capacitance, a small signal diffusion capacitance. Okay, so this CDE we can write as tau f into GM, because GM is nothing but simply IC by VBE. Okay, na? We have already IC equals to GMVBE. We have already discussed in our earlier video. IC equals to GMVBE. So we can write this one is equals to TF into GM, or we can also write this as a tau F equals to GM IC by VT. So what we have observed once again, we have the formula for this, what we can say, Qn W square 2dn, okay, 2dn IC. Now a small signal capacitance CDE, the small signal capacitance CDE is nothing but simply the change in charge across the base region, magnetic charge carrier stored in the base region by the base emitter voltage change. Okay, so tau f IC, so we have to take tau f as a common, and del IC by del VB is nothing but simply the transconductance term. So we are making it tau f GM. Already know the formula from the small signal model we have already derived. So CDE can be simply written as tau f into IC by VT. So this one is the small signal diffusion capacitance. Okay, this one is nothing but simply a small signal diffusion capacitance. That is our CDE. Okay, CDE. Okay, so this one is some important formula that we have to no? Okay. After practicing 2 or 3 times, it will be little bit easy. This one is some theory section behind this CPI. In CPI, we have already discussed the CDE, diffusion capacitance or base charging capacitance. When it appears, when the transistor operating in the active or saturation region, then the some minority charge carrier will be present in the base region. So the minority charge carrier stored in the base region is defined as Qn equals to W square by 2dn into IC, or tau f IC, and tau f is some device constant, or we can say the base, what, forward base transit time. So forward base transit time, so we can also write the forward base transit time is nothing but simply it informs the average time that a charge carrier takes to cross the base region. So again I am writing the same equation. Then a small signal capacitance, now we have to look for the capacitance CDE, change in the Qn, that is our multi-charge carrier stored charge in the base by dBe, because the base emitter voltage. So if we solve, it should be tau f into Gm we have calculated. So this one is all about the diffusion capacitance. Okay, CDE. Now this CJE. Okay, now this CJE value for the, we can say, the base emitter junction capacitance, CJE is simply we can write CJE naught by 1 minus VBE by VOE. Very simple formula that you have to know. This CJE naught is the value of base emitter junction capacitance, or we can base emitter junction capacitance CJE at 0 voltage, at 0 voltage. Okay, and this M is nothing but simply our grading coefficient. Okay, and its value is around 0.5. Okay, and this VOE is the emitter base junction built-in voltage, emitter base junction built-in voltage, and its value is around 0.94. Okay, we are taking all these things from microelectronics book by Seda Smith. You can also follow the book for more details. So but everything is given in that book. I am trying to replicate the thing with this theory. Okay, to make how to go step by step to learn this capacitance. So CJE value is clear to everyone. And so finally we can say this CJE, the CJE is nearly equals to twice times of CJE though. Okay, and this C pi value that I have already discussed, this C pi, once again I am writing C pi equals to CDE, the diffusion capacitance, and the depletion layer capacitance CJE is our main formula for this, what we can say, for the base emitter, sorry, base and emitter junction capacitance CDE plus CJE that we have mentioned here. C. So mainly in book, or we have to just focus about this numerical. For solving numerical, we have to take this one as a C pi between base and emitter. Okay. So this is all about the first capacitance C pi. Now next we have to think about the C mu. C mu is nothing but simply our the capacitance between collector and base. We can say collector and base junction capacitance. Collector and base junction capacitance. So in active mode, the collector base junction is in reverse biased. In active mode, the collector base junction is in the reverse bias. Okay, in active mode, the collector and base junction is in the reverse bias. So the junction or depletion capacitance. So the junction or depletion capacitance is denoted by C mu. Okay, C mu, which is equals to C mu naught, the depletion capacitance at 0 voltage by 1 plus VCB by what we know, C to the power m. So C mu value, C mu at 0 voltage, the first one 0 voltage. Okay, and the other thing VCB is okay, collector to base voltage, and VOC be the junction built-in voltage. Okay, collector base junction, we can say collector base junction built-in voltage, built-in voltage, which is equals to 0.75 volt, nearly equals to 0. In the upper case, base emitter built-in voltage is around 0.9 volt, and M be the grading coefficient, grading coefficient, and its value is around 0.5. So this one is the a small description about the C pi, sorry, C mu, collector base junction capacitance. And so in the high frequency model, C pi and C mu comes together. Okay, so these are the some important formula that we have to know. But the main diagram for this one, for the high frequency model, there is a C pi, C mu. Okay, C pi, C mu, and there is one more term. Okay, RX. RX is basically a resistance of the silicon material. Resistance of the silicon material. This RX, resistance of the silicon material. Okay, it is in ohm few ohm to tens, 10 of ohm, like that. So that thing we have to know the a small signal model for the high frequency model. We can say high frequency model of a BJT transistor. So we have to incorporate C pi and C mu. C pi is the combination of diffusion capacitance plus base emitter junction capacitance, that is our depletion layer. Okay, when the transistor is operating in the active mode or saturation mode, and C mu be the collector base junction capacitance. Collector base junction capacitance. Okay, so this is all about the high frequency model of a BJT transistor. So you can use this concept for making numerical also. So the very interesting, the everything is same in, or we can say there is a intersection between these two model, and the only difference in the a small signal is the missing of this C mu and missing of this C pi. Okay, so this is all about the discussion about the high frequency model of BJT transistor. So thank you for watching.